I'm thinking it'll be close to about $2,500 in about 24 hours. And you got to minus the $200 for the purchase of it. So $2,300 for 24 hours. We're coming in just under $100 an hour, which is really, really, I mean, I don't need to tell you, that's definitely worth my time. Hello everybody, welcome back to Commonwealth Picker. My name is Kevin and we are back in the eBay cave, and I did something a couple days ago that I think reaping the benefits from right now. And I changed my shipping and handling time to 2 days. Around the holidays, when I have time off, when I'm able to spend a little bit of time with my family and I don't have to go to school every day, sometimes I'll do that around the holiday season so that I can kind of decide a little bit when I'm going to do some shipping. So I have like $690 worth of sales today, but I'm not going to ship them all out because I can ship about half of them tomorrow. So I picked maybe 2/3 of them and I'm going to get them shipped out, and then maybe we'll do the rest tomorrow. So as we're winding down the year, we're still selling some Christmas things, which I think is great. And we're still having some good sales days, even though this is really 1.5 days worth of sales. And I'm home and my wife's home and I can do my shipping in the middle of the day instead of the middle of the night. And hopefully she's going to be able to come down here and help me package this stuff up. Sold something out of the Homeschool Hustler store for the Nirvana Plush sale. And we sold something out of the Commonwealth Picker store that goes with the Happy Little Accident sale. And we're going to wind that thing down and close it out as soon as we do the next antique video and add those sales into that sale. There's just some stragglers out and about, and we're going to wind that. We've been keeping track of that. If you're new to the show, we like to take different buys that we make and track those particular buys to see how much money we made on that buy. And I also like to, at least in my own mind, try to figure out how much time we put into it. Right now, I'm tracking the Happy Little Accident buy at just under $100 an hour if you take all the work we've put into it. So that's definitely a good one. I won't work in my mind. I won't work for less than $25 an hour. It used to be 20. Now I've kind of raised it up to 25, inflation. And I really am shooting for $30 an hour or more to make it worth our while. And I have one item today that I'm going to show you, actually two, that are right about that $25 range, maybe even a little under, that I listed last year. And we'll let you take a look at that and kind of figure out what's worth your time. And all of us have different values on our time, especially when we have different skills where we can make more money doing something else. Fortunately for me, my skill is history teaching, and there's only so much money you can make doing that. So maybe I have a lower threshold for how much my time is worth than you do. If you're a surgeon out there, your time isn't worth $25 an hour, I promise you. So, at any rate, that's just something to think about. And I also want to ask you one question. I want you to put in the comments below. As we finish out the year here, and maybe we'll talk about this over the next couple days, what was your best flip? What was your best thrift store buy, your best garage sale buy? Now, in order to write it down in the comments, it needs to be something that you've actually sold. And so I think mine is that jacket, that $20 into $500. But I'd have to go back and look. I know we had some really good ones. Now, I've had a few that we've made far more money on. Like, for instance, these magazines that I'm listing now. These military magazines. I bought 2 boxes for $5 a piece. And I've made already probably $400 on them, selling them in lots. And we're going to be selling the rest individually. So I'm going to end up making far more on that box of magazines than I did on that jacket. But I'm going to be doing a lot more work in order to make that money. So I want to know what your best flip of the year is, and put it in the comments below, and we'll check each other's out, and maybe we'll get a few bolos in there. All right, so thanks again for joining us, and let's take a look at what's sold. All right, so here's one of those items where you got to wonder about how much your time is worth. So this is a Harry Potter Seen It DVD replacement part. They're tokens. They're a couple of dice and some of the movers. I bought this thing, I think for 50 cents. I might have paid $1 for it, but I highly doubt it. Paid 50 cents for it, and knowing that I could sell the pieces off for around $9, and that's what we got, just a tick under $9. So if you translate that out, you're looking at about a $4 profit or so, maybe a little bit more than that, $4 for that. And so how long does it take to take it out of the game, to buy it, to take it out of the game, to take pictures, to list it, and to ship it? And I would say that is probably about maybe a 10-minute process from start to finish. Probably a little less, but let's say 10 minutes. $4 for 10 minutes, so you're looking at about $24 an hour, and it's just a little bit more over $4. So let's just say 25 bucks an hour. So this is like the bottom line. What is it worth? Now, if I had other stuff that I could make more money on for my time, I wouldn't buy this. And at this point I do, so I would avoid something like this right now, but it's just a decision that you need to make based on how much sourcing you can do and what kind of things you can find. Some people out there should not ever do something like this because you just have more stuff at a better high-priced margin that you can do. All right, here is an Eneman going out to a viewer, and this viewer paid full price, which was really kind. And this is going out to Cynthia, and Cynthia comments all the time. She's one of our most frequent commenters down there, and we appreciate you. And she wrote something kind of funny. It says, "Hi there, just wanted to grab one of these to show my support, and because of my FOMO," and I thought, what is FOMO? Fear of missing out, needs to be tamed. Love your channel. I learned so much from you. Much love to Blue Ridge Mama, to the Homeschool Hustlers, to Bubba and Sophie. Take care and happy holidays to you. And Cynthia, we appreciate it. It's on its way. Now, if you go way back and watch the earliest videos for Commonwealth Picker, you'll find this guy usually sitting right here or sitting right here. And eventually I'm like, people are going to get bored of looking at this thing. So I backed him up a little bit. And this is a little tape dispenser. And these are hard to find. I haven't seen any of these out on eBay, so I put a high price on them. I paid $1 a piece for all of them. There's a tape dispenser, a tablet thing. There's a bunch of different things. Most of them are sold. I think this guy's the only one left here. Even the Mickey Mouse cup sold. It wasn't really a cup, it was a paper clip holder. It had a magnet in the bottom of it. And we've been getting pretty good money for these. This one sold for $28.95, and I paid $1, and that's plus shipping. So out the door with taxes, somebody paid $44 for this thing. We're gonna make about a $26, maybe a $25 profit on this. Here is I think the last viewer sale of the day, and an Eneman, and this one is going out to Fletch Flips. This is going out to Leslie and Tim, and they left a nice long note here. Actually, there's 2 of them. So there's 2 of them going out to you guys, and I appreciate it. It says, "Good morning, Kevin. My wife and I are resellers and also started back in May. We have learned a lot from your videos and greatly appreciate all the hard work you put in. Your family and dog are so adorable and lovable. You're a blessed man." That is very true. So at any rate, he said he paid full price as a token of our appreciation, and that is very much appreciated. Thank you so much, and I am a blessed man. All right, here is a pair of Liberty University, I think they're double X's, double X champion sweatpants, and this was $1 buy at a yard sale somewhere, and I got $15.95 plus shipping for them. It's a nice, tidy little $12, $13 profit. You really have to know your area. That's just one thing, actually not one thing, there's probably 6 or 7 things besides just clothing that are unique to this area that sell around the country. And if you know your area, whatever it is, you can be looking for those items that really only you can find or only the pickers in your area can find. Because people out in Nevada aren't going to find that item. So there's only so much competition. All right, I got to be super duper careful here. I am prone to drops. When I played baseball in college, I was a second baseman, and I didn't play all that much, but I never made any errors. But apparently in the eBay cave here, I have butterfingers. So these are 3 old world ornaments, and these all were from the Happy Little Accident. And if you are new to the show, go back and type in Commonwealth Picker Happy Little Accident and go to the oldest one. 2 of them I think have Bob Ross in the thumbnail, but go to the older one and you'll see what we bought. And we've turned that yard sale, that $200 buy, into a pretty good little profit. And I'm going to let you look at it. These 3 Christmas ornaments that are actually Easter ornaments, I don't know, I guess you could use them at both, right? They sold for $24.81 plus ship. Actually, $24.81 free shipping, but they will probably be 8 to 12 ounces. They'll probably be 12 ounces because I want to make sure they don't break. It's a pretty nice little profit, and we'll add it to our total and let you see what we've done so far with the Happy Little Accident sale. All right, we have pages and pages and pages of this stuff, but our $200 buy at the Happy Little Accident has turned into, with those ornaments, has turned into $2,109 so far, plus what we have sold at the booths that we haven't put on. We haven't done a antique video in over a month, and we need to do that. I'm probably, by the way, going to put that on the Commonwealth Flipper channel, because we're a little backed up on videos on Commonwealth Picker, and I want to kind of get caught up so that you're watching me a day after what we're doing here in the eBay cave instead of 2 days, or sometimes even 3. So if you want, go to Commonwealth Flipper and subscribe over there, and you'll get an alert when the antique video comes out. I know a lot of you like that antique video, and we'll put it over there. And there's a few other interesting things you can look at over there while you're there as well, including get to know me a little bit. I did a 19 questions from a lot of Josh, and you can get to know me a little bit as well. And just finish up talking about this. This sale right here was one of our funnest ones we've done, and I like to kind of get a gauge hourly of what kind of profit that thing is worth. Is it something we should do more often? We put a lot of work into it. I would say Blue Ridge Mama put 6 hours of work into the Creative Memories. That's just taking pictures, research, and listing. I would say I probably put close to 12 hours into listing and taking pictures of all the other stuff. We're probably around 20 hours into it, not counting shipping. So maybe 24 to 26 hours total of work. So let's just say it's 24 up to this point, and we have made a profit of $1,900. Most of the hard work's done. We still have items out of the antique booths that we haven't really calculated into this. I'm thinking it'll be close to about $2,500 in about 24 hours. And you got to minus the $200 for the purchase of it. So $2,300 for 24 hours. We're coming in just under $100 an hour, which is really, really, I mean, I don't need to tell you, that's definitely worth my time. Since I just showed you I'd work for 25 bucks an hour, I definitely will for 100. All right, I'm not going to take this one out because it's heavy. And matter of fact, I'm going to put it down right now, but just so you can get an idea, this is a sewing machine. So let me read it to you, and then I'll tell you the story. It is Sears Kenmore Heavy Duty Zigzag Sewing Machine Model 1515, excellent condition, and it is tested, it is working. As much as I could test it and to see if it was working, it's working. I didn't want to sew my fingers together or something like that, but this was an interesting one. I coach baseball in the spring, and I bought this last spring because where I work is 35 minutes from where I live, and then it's from where I work is 45 minutes to where I coach baseball in the spring. And sometimes it doesn't make sense to come home if there's a game that is in another location. So what I did was I went out after school and I got a little dinner, and I happened to still have half an hour to waste before I needed to get going to where I needed to go to get to a game, you know, an hour in advance. And of course, when I see a Goodwill and I have a half hour to spare, that's what I did. I went into Goodwill and didn't find much, to be perfectly honest with you. But I did find this, and it was $6.99. And I almost didn't buy it. I'm like, ugh, because they are long tail. Sewing machines, if you put them out there for the right price, can sell, but sometimes it's the one sewing machine that one person is looking for. And this had a lot of accessories, so I bumped it up a little bit. I listed it 9 months ago, maybe 10 months ago. It's probably 9 months ago at this point. And it just sat there and sat there and sat there. I never touched the listing. Didn't do any promotions or sales or anything. And this thing sold full price for $175 plus shipping. So really happy with that sale. I will package it up here. Maybe I'll let you take a look at how I package that up. I don't know, maybe not. It might take a while. And it took a little while to test it and take pictures of it. And it's been sitting here and it takes up space and it's heavy and it'll take a while to ship. It may be an hour and 15 minutes worth of work. But that same $100 an hour I'm making on that sale, I'm making a little bit more on this one. It sold for $175 and I paid $7 for it. So, you know, that's got to be $120 an hour. That's really, really good money. And I don't do too many. Matter of fact, if I have 2 in here, I won't buy any more unless it's like ridiculous. I usually try to sell them before I buy another because I only have so much space. So, at any rate, I have sold a few. Let me know if you sell sewing machines out there. And what is your typical practice? Leave that in the comments below. Finally getting rid of these. My son bought these grizzly pouches. I don't know why they sell at all, to be perfectly honest with you. But they probably weren't $10 when they were bought new with 2 tobacco pouches in them. Little tins, and this one sold for $10. And it should be a $5 profit. All right, here is a Charlotte Hornets starter jacket, and it is great. These are great Charlotte Hornet ones. The colors are terrific. NBA, it's got starter all over it. It's got the starter medallion there. It did have a couple of issues, couple of little stains here and there. The white on the underarms always gets dirty, and I didn't run this thing through the washing machine. I just took pictures and described it, and it is a... what is it? It's an adult small, or maybe even a youth extra large. I think that's what I listed it. It's a youth extra large, but I listed it as an adult small because it'll fit that as well. And I put that in the description, and it sold for 40 bucks plus shipping, and it was a $5 buy. All right, so here's another item that you got to wonder about what your time is worth. This was in a giant lot of ornaments that I bought a long time ago. I have pennies in it, and this is before I had the antique booth. So now I wouldn't have listed this on eBay. I just would have put it in the booth for a couple of bucks and been done with it. But I had already listed it, and it sold for $5.88. It says Oliver, and it's new, and it says $7.95 on the side. But I sold it for $5.88 free shipping. So I'm making about $2.10 on this item. That translates to about $24 an hour. So I don't know. I probably wouldn't do it anymore, but even at that, you know, it was around here for a long time. You know, 24 bucks an hour isn't anything to shake a stick at. Haven't sold many of these, and all of a sudden I've sold 2 in the last couple of days. So Richard Petty, this is the Racing Superstars, into it for 67 cents, and they sold for 9 bucks. So again, probably wouldn't buy this again, but you're still making, you know, about $3-4 on it, and that's okay. This is one of those items we find often around here, the Super Giant Print Old Time Gospel Hour. And this is from Jerry Falwell's Ministries, King James Version, Super Giant Print. And this sold for $9 plus shipping. So probably paid $1 for it somewhere. And so we're making about $7. All right, I buy these when I don't have too many of them. And this is a Revere wear. I guess it's what, 2-quart? Is that what this is? And it's not in perfect condition, but it's okay. And it sold for $11 plus shipping, $21.35 out the door. And I paid, I think I might pay $2 for this because I tried to bundle it with something and I ended up buying it. But whatever, it's still $7-8 profit, probably about $7 on it. And it was easy. Didn't have to do much cleaning at all. Wipe it down, put it on the thing, take a picture. It's going to put it in a 12 by 12 by 8. It's going to take me maybe 10 minutes total, so it's definitely worth the time. All right, I think I'm going to get a Homeschool Hustler down here and let them tell you what's sold out of their store. All right, I got a couple of Homeschool Hustlers here. Turner, what the heck is that thing?
A Care Bear cousin.
A Care Bear cousin. Do you have a cousin?
Yes.
Well, who's your cousin?
Austin. Austin.
Austin's
Yes,
your cousin. All right, hi, Austin, out there in Arizona. All right, and Sissy, do you remember that thing's name?
Swift-Heart Rabbit.
It's Swift-Heart Rabbit. Okay, and it sold for $16.90, 88 cents, something like that. And we're going to get that thing shipped off. We paid $1 for it, so our profit on that is probably going to be around maybe $9, $10. Okay, and we'll get you each $1. We'll save $1, and we'll donate $1. All right, tell everybody goodbye.
Bye.
All right, so forgive my hieroglyphics. $156 at the Plush Nirvana sale has turned into $593 so far. And thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Bye.